Remember when you couldn't wait? When you would count down the hours until that show dropped? When you would rush home just to play that game? When opening that one app felt like a tiny hit of excitement? Now you open the same app and feel almost nothing. You scroll for a few seconds. You close it. You open it again, out of habit. The show you were once desperate to watch sits there, unwatched. The game feels like a chore. Nothing is wrong, exactly. It is just flat. A low, gray hum where the excitement used to be. And here's what makes it worse. Quietly, you have probably started to blame yourself. That you have no willpower. That you have become lazy. Or ungrateful. So let me say this early and clearly, it is none of those things. But something did change. Not out there. The games did not get worse. The shows did not get more boring. Something changed in here. Slowly. Invisibly. For years. And it is almost the opposite of what you would think. At first, the change is so small you do not even notice it. One day the show feels a little less exciting. Then the game. Then the hobby you used to lose whole hours inside. The drop is so gradual it just feels like growing up. But somewhere along the way, something quietly shifts. You are not really chasing joy anymore. You are chasing relief from boredom. And those are not the same thing. To see what happened, picture the very first time your phone ever buzzed with a notification. That little jolt. Someone wants me. Something is happening. It felt good. Now picture the 1000th one. The 10,000th. The same buzz. The same screen. And nothing. The notification did not change. You did. Because your brain does not measure pleasure against zero. It measures it against a baseline. And that baseline quietly rises to match whatever you feed it. Feed it enough excitement, and excitement simply becomes the new normal. To feel the same spark, you now need something bigger. Louder. Faster. The chemical underneath this is dopamine. And for years, we were told dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It is not. Dopamine is not about enjoying something. It is about wanting it. The anticipation. The chase. It is the chemical that makes you reach for the thing, not the one that makes you happy once you have it. Which means a system running on dopamine can keep you reaching forever and never once let you arrive. Now think about what the modern world does to a system like that. Infinite scroll. Endless short videos. A fresh hit of novelty every few seconds, on demand, for free. Every day, the bar climbs a little higher. And the higher it climbs, the more of ordinary life falls beneath it. A book. A walk. A real conversation. A quiet evening at home. To a brain recalibrated by the feed, these things do not feel peaceful. They feel like not enough. And here's the cruel part. When everything feels flat, you do the most natural thing in the world. You reach for the very thing that made it feel flat in the first place. The cure is the cause. So the bar climbs again. And the world goes a little grayer. None of this is a metaphor. Scientists who study reward found that wanting and liking are two separate systems in the brain. You can crave something intensely and barely enjoy it when you finally get it. And there is a name for what the feed really is. A supernormal stimulus. An artificial trigger so intense it overwhelms the natural rewards your brain was actually built for. A real sunset was never designed to compete for your attention. A modern feed was. That was never a fair fight. So if everything has felt a little empty lately, you are not broken. Your reward system did exactly what it was built to do. It adapted to its environment. And that is the good news. Because whatever adapted up can adapt back down. The baseline is not a fact about you. It is a setting. And it begins to fall the moment you stop feeding it. When you let things be slow again and sit in the quiet long enough to remember that the quiet was never empty. You were just moving too fast to feel it. Boredom is not the enemy. Boredom is the reset. So go back to that show you could not wait for. That game. That hobby you used to love. It did not become less interesting. Your brain simply adapted to a louder world. The thing did not get more boring, you got faster. And the most radical thing you can do now is slow down enough to feel it again.